Okay, brass tacks. So this gentleman that came up earlier, very much like him. So if somebody called me and says, hey, got this great idea, you'll make $100 million, I'm off to the races. Is that inspired? Or is that just me wanting to kind of make $100 million?
That's you being inspired, and that's your inner being guiding you to a situation that's going to help you uncover anything that might prevent you from making $100 million.
So that's all.
Yeah. But the thing is, you can't freak out every time you think I might not be. In other words, you got to let the process help you to evolve into the knowing that you can do that, you see. And you have to not need it to happen this red hot minute. You have to be willing, oh, and this is it. You have to be willing to let that goal be the reason for your life. These things that you want are the reason that you flow, and the flowing is the life that feels so good to you. You don't create things because another thing needs to be created. You create things because it feels so good to be in the creative mode.
Okay, so I get that, and I move and I take action because I have that inspired action. So we've discussed that. He calls me up, $100 million. I get excited, I take action, and that's inspired, right?
But what action are you taking after the initial action? Are you taking the inspiration that comes from within, or are you doing what he's telling you to do?
Okay, so initially I'll take that inspiration because I have great ideas, and I'm like, wow, we can make energy from magnets. Oh my God, this is awesome. I start calling people. I start moving from within me and all the knowledge in me telling me what to do.
And then your Irish uncle.
Yeah, right, exactly. So something pops up.
Then your Irish uncle will say to you, no.
Yes.
And then what you do next is what matters.
Exactly.
That's the point. Then what you do next is what matters.
So what do I do next?
Find your balance. Find your balance, because if life has given you a desire, and feeling good is dependent upon you moving toward your desire, then you don't listen to things that move you away from your desire, and you do listen to things that move to your desire. But this is the most important thing. In the same way that you can say, but I'm going to do this, and someone else can say, no, you're not. So you say, well, I'll just withdraw from you. That tug of war happens within you too. You don't need another person pulling on the other end of the rope, because you've got both ends of those ropes going on within yourself most of the time. So deliberate creating is about letting go of that I can't do it end of the rope. And it takes a little while, because these are beliefs that you've picked up along your physical trail with reason and life. You've spent blood, sweat, and tears on coming to know that that guy's a jackass. And so you didn't just make this up. He proved it to you by the life you've spent watching. You see what we're getting at? And so it takes a little bit of time. You can't just all of a sudden stop believing something that you believe, but you can believe something else and give it more airtime. And the more you're thinking about what you do want, the less you're thinking about what you don't want. And if you're consistent about it, you can get enough momentum going that then life experience will show you something new, and your belief will shift. There are those who want to say, change your belief, and then the manifestation will change, and we are among them. But we're giving you some real fine-tuning here, because change the belief, and then the outcome will change. Change the belief, and the outcome will change. But you've got to find some way of detaching yourself from the evidence that won't let you change the belief. How are you going to detach from the evidence? You've got to accept that what is doesn't matter, that what is old news, that what is the result of past energy that has flowed, and today I'm flowing different energy. That was then, this is now. I used to believe that used to make sense, that used to be what I think, and that's the result that I got. But I don't want those results anymore. I want these results. So I'm thinking different thoughts now, and feeling different about the thoughts that I'm thinking. And the universe is responding to my new thoughts, because through life, I've put all of this into my vortex. And now I'm moving right over here, and I'm cozying up as often as I can with my inner being and all that I want, so that we, inner being and me, we have one point of attraction. There's no longer a tug of war going on with me, because I meditate. and I quiet my mind and I let my vibration rise and I know who I am, I have clarity. That's what clarity is. Clarity is knowing. Clarity is looking through the eyes of source. Clarity is being in your life and knowing about your life what your inner being knows about your life. That's clarity. Yeah.
And I'm learning that as we move along, but I'm a man, so I want to punch that belief in the face. You know, and maybe that's my upbringing, right?
But maybe you do, and you're certainly justified in doing it. But you know what?
But I'll just F up my own life, right?
Every time you do, you activate it again.
Right.
You bring it back into the foreground. And so what you want to say with those beliefs that aren't serving you is, you will evaporate of my lack of attention to you.
Fantastic.
You will cease to be, because you only are because I've believed you to life. We have enjoyed this interaction.
Thank you.
You all right?
Well, since I'm here, a lot of people, other people that I've had the privilege of learning from, talk about the why. And there's a lot of conversation out there that if the why is big enough, the how doesn't matter.
Well, here's the way we interpret that. You were born with the why. Because I want to feel good, because I am of value, because I want to demonstrate my value, because I want to help others find their value. In other words, the why is what you were born with. The how, the when, the who, the where, all of that is to be discovered. So if you ask those questions before you're down the pipeline far enough to receive it, then you get frustrated and you get stalled in the pipeline. But if you're just talking about why, you're moving freely along the way.